Still as this mic is all yours.
Chapter 13. How many teachers of God are needed to save the world? The answer to this question is one. One holy, perfect teacher whose learning is complete suffices. This one, sanctified and redeemed, becomes the self who is the Son of God. He who was always Holy Spirit now no longer sees himself as a body, or even as in a body. Therefore he is limitless. And being limitless, his thoughts are joined with God's forever and ever. His perception of himself is based upon God's judgment, not his own. Thus does he share God's will and bring his thoughts to still deluded minds.
Wayne, if you are playing something, I am not hearing it.
Yeah, Wayne's on mute now, so we can't hear anything.
I'm here. My bad. Sorry about that. Sorry, my bad. You'll hear it now. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. I'll start again. Gents and ladies, welcome to Rev. Wayne Seals for Miracles Everywhere. And start out with a we're gonna have some manual, something right from the manual, and then we'll come back and we'll chat about it. I'll be right back. Enjoy.
Chapter 13. How many teachers of God are needed to save the world? The answer to this question is 1. One holy perfect teacher, whose learning is complete, suffices. This one, sanctified and redeemed, becomes the self who is the Son of God. He who was always Holy Spirit now no longer sees himself as a body, or even as in a body. Therefore he is limitless. And being limitless, his thoughts are joined with God's forever and ever. His perception of himself is based upon God's judgment, not his own. Thus does he share God's will, and bring his thoughts to still deluded minds. He is forever one, because he is as God created him. He has accepted Christ and he is saved. Thus does the Son of Man become the Son of God. It is not really a change, it is a change of mind. Nothing external alters, but everything internal now reflects only the love of God. God can no longer be feared, for the mind sees no cause for punishment. God's teachers appear to be many, for that is the world's need. Yet being joined in one purpose, and one they share with God, how could they be separate from each other? What does it matter if they then appear in many forms? Their minds are one, their joining is complete. And God works through them now as one, for that is what they are. Why is the illusion of many necessary? only because reality is not understandable to the deluded. Only a very few can hear God's voice at all, and even they cannot communicate His messages directly through the Spirit which gave them. They need a medium through which communication becomes possible to those who do not realize that they are spirit. A body they can see. A voice they understand and listen to without the fear that truth would find in them. Do not forget that truth can come only where it is. The central lesson is always this, that what you use the body for, it will become to you. Use it for sin or for attack, which is the same as sin, and you will see it as sinful. Because it is sinful it is weak, and being weak it suffers and it dies. Use it to bring the word of God to those who have it not, and the body becomes holy. Because it is holy it cannot be sick, nor can it die. When its usefulness is done it is laid by, and that is all. The mind makes this decision, as it makes all decisions which are responsible for the body's condition. Yet the teacher of God does not make this decision alone. To do that would be to give the body another purpose from the one that keeps it holy. God's voice will tell him when he has fulfilled his role, just as it tells him what his function is. He does not suffer either in going or remaining. Sickness is now impossible to him. Oneness and sickness cannot coexist. God's teachers choose to look on dreams a while. It is a conscious choice. For they have learned that all choices are made consciously, with full awareness of their consequences. The dream says otherwise, but who would put his faith in dreams, once they are recognized for what they are? Awareness of dreaming is the real function of God's teachers. They watch the dream figures come and go, shift and change, suffer and die. Yet they are not deceived by what they see. They recognize that to behold a dream figure as sick and separate is no more real than to regard it as healthy and beautiful. Unity alone is not a thing of dreams. And it is this God's teachers acknowledge as behind the dream, beyond all seeing and yet surely theirs. Chapter 14. What is the real
I've come a long way down this road, always learning as I go. But you can't look backward and get ahead. It's time to lead and not be led. Goodbye limitation, hello liberation. Goodbye frustration, hello to living my life by my design. Breaking these chains that bind my mind, learning to color outside the lines. Dare to be, dare to be, dare to be, dare to be unconventional. Uniformity is getting old. Time for gutsy, time for bold. Time for me to break the mold, to find out how far I can go. Goodbye limitation, hello liberation. Goodbye frustration, hello to living my life by my design. Breaking these chains that bind my mind, learning to color outside the lines. Dare to be, dare to be, dare liberation. Goodbye frustration. Hello to living my life by my design. Breaking these chains that bind my mind. Learning to color outside the lines. Dare to be, 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 dare to be you.
Okay, so today I'm in the manual for teachers. Manual for teachers. That's me, a teacher of God. And today's a very good question that I'm posing. And I'm posing it because the question has been posed by our teacher. All of us teachers of God have one teacher. And that teacher is Jesus. Our teacher, Jesus, has posed the question to all of us teachers of God. And perhaps anyone else who happens to have this question. This is the question. This is the question. I'm going to explore the answer and what it has to say about our purpose. And perhaps how to achieve it, if it has not yet been achieved already. The question, this by the way is in the manual, section 12, I think, or 13, 12 or 13. I'm in here, I'm in 12, I do believe it's in 12. I say that because others might have it in 13, depending on the translation that you have. I know in the Urtext online, in the miraculousliving.com Urtext, it's in 13. So I don't know what to tell you. It depends. I could bring in all the translations. Some people do that. They have all these translations and they show them, do you want this one? Do you want that one? I'll do that at some point. I have most of them anyhow, so I might as well. But not today. Today I'm just going to ask the question to all the teachers of God out there. How many teachers of God are needed to save the world? Now that sounds pretty important. Because if it's like 20, there might be a club already formed. Are they taking more just in case the 20 dwindles down to 10 and they sort of need you? How many? How high are the stakes? I mean, if they need millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon people, well then, how hard is it anyhow? It must be hard to save the world. Really hard. You better really read this quickly if you haven't read it, or reread it if you haven't read it in a while, so you know how many people are out there needed to save the world, because the world's big and it needs saving. How many people does it take to save the world? It would be nice to know the answer to that question. I wouldn't mind knowing. Well, here's the answer. One person. One person. One person? Well, that doesn't sound very hard. I mean, just one person in the world can't be that difficult to save. I don't understand. And either that or it doesn't sound very fair to the one person.
Yeah, I'm the one.
It's not fair to the one person, or not a very difficult job for the one person to accomplish. One of the two. Either way, it's kind of strange. Wouldn't you say? Let's just see, maybe it starts to explore the person. We get a little insight into what the person is like. Who is this person? In other words, what are the qualifications for this person? He can't just be anybody, right? He can't walk in and get the job of savior of the world, can you? Let's read on. The answer to this question is one. You. Uh-oh, it's me. As a holy, perfect teacher whose learning is complete. Not me now. When you are this one that is sanctified and redeemed, you will be the self that is one with God. You will be the Christ. Well, I seem to have a long way to go, no doubt. I mean, don't I? I'm not now a holy, perfect teacher whose learning is complete. I am not this one who is sanctified and redeemed. I'm surely not the self that is one with God. I'm not the Christ. I'm not the universal self. I'm not the universal Son of God. You who have always been spirit will no longer see myself as a body or even in a body. I guess you could say I'm sort of near that on a regular basis, but if that's coming from the former qualities, I get the feeling that it might be on a higher level. You will know that you are limitless, and being aware that I am limitless, my thoughts will be joined with God's forever. Qualifications are high. Wait a minute. How can anyone really get to this place? I mean, everyone. What he's describing here is the end result of the entire journey from nowhere to no place. The entire journey is this is it. This is the end result. The entire miracle journey of changing one's mind from fear to love. Changing your mind about who Jesus is, knowing that he is who he says he is. What the Spirit is, knowing that it is what it says it is. From limited to limitless. From ego to Christ. When it's all been said and done, that's who this is will be left over. Then you will be the holy, perfect teacher whose learning is complete. But that's already been done by somebody. This person already exists right now. There is already somebody who's been through this realization and this perfection. We have, as our teacher, Jesus, is a holy, perfect teacher whose learning is complete. He is the one that is sanctified and redeemed. And he is the self that is one with God. That is the Christ that is one with all of us. And he is this holy Son of God, the holy child of God, that is the holy child of God that we are. Which means, now get this, which means that he is the one that has already saved the world.
And in his perfection we have been saved, which means we are ready, as he is. We need do nothing. Sound familiar, that law? That's what it means. We don't have to do anything. This journey from nowhere to nothing is easy. Because you are, and I am perfect. I'm a holy, perfect teacher of God. I have been redeemed and sanctified. And I am one with Christ, and I am the Christ that's inside of you. And you are the Christ inside of me. And if you're listening to this, I'm in your dream, right now, offering you this perspective. So change your mind about the Christ within. Receive the love of God. Receive the miracle. And take it easy. Lay back. Relax. It's all been done for you. That's what it means that Jesus died for you. He died so you need to do nothing. But take it moment by moment, day by day. You don't have to look to the left or to the right. You can just look up and down. Up for a thank you. And then down to live in the moment, in the present. That sandwich between the past and the future, like a vice being squeezed together. Like you're in a vice being squeezed together. In your perception that you're in a world, you have an illusion of many teachers. Because in separation, the reality of oneness cannot be manifested. The reality of oneness is the reality of the Christ within, and the Christ is personified by Jesus. By that name, by the symbol of love, Jesus Christ. Why? Because he was the man who did this first. We became a one. Again, it means you're saved. It means you've been rescued. It means your spirit is already, this is all done already. You are somewhere in a cosmic bed, safe and sound. In the arms of God, being held and hugged. And not only that, down deep, you know this. You know that this is all giant, at this point at least, from our angle, from the lowest level of the dream in the Inception movie, you know, the longest amount of dream time, the 10-year mark from way below. That we're in hell. But that isn't all we have to do. Is relax. And allow ourselves to be scooped out by the hands of Christ. And like Jesus did before, whatever before truly means, because he's in a sense doing that now. Says you only need one being to save the world. That one being is doing it in every generation, in every story, in every generation. Yours, mine, your neighbor's. And then the very end of it all. The only way to walk down this path of ease and peace, and calmness, and knowingness and certainty the contentment, knowing that you will be taken care of, that you can be dependent upon God as you were dependent upon your family and your parents when you were a little baby. You have to do what Jesus did thousands of years ago, to come to the realization of your oneness with God. And how do you do that? You change your mind about who Christ is. And when you do that, you will do what Jesus did. At the very end, it says it right here, you will have accepted Christ as yourself and been saved. Now notice it says, and you will have accepted Christ as yourself. Once you do it, then you realize you've been done. It's always been done. It's like a dream that's over with. You never really experience the dream in the present. You're always looking back on the dream, exploring it. It's hard to remember the present part of a dream. This world's already over. All we can do is look around us and get the best thing to the present moment, which is the forms. The forms. Always forms. Until one day there won't be. But until then, let's be thankful that a man named Jesus of Nazareth came to certain realizations. Accepted Christ as being who he was. And now that Christ, him, is you, me. And if you follow Jesus, if you change your mind about who he is, you too can let it all go and release everything. Because you have already been saved. You've already accomplished everything you want to accomplish. All of your goals down deep inside have already been established, done with. Nothing you can do or not do will ever change your eternal destiny, your eternal purpose, which is peace, happiness, contentment, calm, love, being in the absolute bliss, highest bliss possible, nothing to worry about. Nothing to do but sit there and just be who you are. And you can start that now. And everything will begin to unravel. All the negativity has to begin to unravel slowly but surely. And that unraveling is not a bad journey. Because what's unraveling is lies and what's left is truth. And truth is fun. Truth is joyful. Truth is peaceful. Truth is good. And we're all drawn to that truth. You can't avoid truth forever. Eventually, it's a required course, truth. Eventually, you're going to have to take that course, so take it now. Come in the easy way, not the hard way. God bless everyone. I love you. I love every single one of you.
Some
Take that
things in
love.
life are bad.
Take it
They can really make you
and
mad.
give it away.
Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the light side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright. Oh, honeycutt.
Thank you so
My
much,
computer
Rev
just
Winston.
crashed. My computer just